Alright, hey everybody, Captain's here again with another fantastic and exciting video, and I have Billy on this time around.
Hello.
So you get to see them for the first time in the flesh. So we're going to go ahead and do a fast food tier list. We recently went to Chuck E. Cheese, which we'll get to in a little bit, but hold on. I had to remove the mouse we weren't using. But we'll get to that in a second. So for now, we're going to go ahead and go through this. So we're going to go ahead and start with Arby's. For me, Arby's is decent. I would say D tier, nothing about it special. I don't personally like Arby's. They got roast beef sandwiches. But honestly, it just reminds me of like your typical cold cut deli.
I beg to differ. I actually kind of like Arby's. I mean, I kind of see it more as like comfort fast food. I would put it at the very least in B tier and maybe C plus. At the very least, I'd put it in either B or C tier.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go to C tier. On to Annie's. I think they're just right in the middle. They're a great pretzel place.
I'm not. I mean, I think pretzels are okay. I don't really have an opinion about Auntie Anne's, so I'd have to agree with you. Not remarkable, yet not, like, forgetful, I guess. It's not something I'd forget about, I guess.
So if we're going off experiences as well, I would say this is one of the best experiences because, people have to understand it's also about, like, not just the food, but experience. You can get like the middle deal where you can watch the UFC pay-per-views and you get this big ass thing for like $54.99, and you get to watch the UFC pay-per-views that are actually inside the store. So I would give Buffalo Wild Wings a solid B, and it's greasy food, it's drunk food, but every time I've went, it's always been good chicken. Good God, their sauces, the fucking best sauces. I'm gonna say B for sure.
I'd probably go with B or C, to be honest. Just because you gotta better close out that ad, babe.
Oh, they just love their ads.
Yeah, just to be honest, because that was my first job. So I haven't really been, to be honest, I haven't really been in a Buffalo Wild Wings since I first worked in it in 2013.
$54.99 pay-per-view party myth. You can't beat it.
I do remember seeing ads on the TVs for UFC fights and such. I guess it's just because I spent so much time in there, albeit it was only a couple months. It was my first job before I moved on to something else. Long story. I don't know. Maybe I've just never been excited about beer and wings. Or maybe it's just because it's a sports place. It's kind of scared me away. But now that you do mention the UFC pay-per-view stuff, I mean, since I started dating you, I have been getting more into fighting and MMA. So yeah, I'd agree with you. I'll go with your opinion, and I'll say
put it at the bottom of B for now.
Yeah, tell you what. I'll say that we should go to Buffalo Wild Wings and check it out, so I can see what I've been missing out on.
We'll tentatively say B. I'm gonna take my pills in 1 minute, guys, just so you know. So I'm gonna pause the recording. So there might be a jump cut. Fresh. I've never went, so we're just gonna say F.
I've never heard of it.
Obviously it's not an F. But
we could just ignore the stuff we haven't heard of.
We're just gonna put it there just because we don't know. Baskin Robbins. I've never been. Have you?
No, but I feel like it would be fair to just leave the stuff out that we've never been to.
Well, it's just so we don't have to have them down here and don't have to worry about them taking space and then come back to them over and over. Bojangles, you ever been there?
I think I've heard of it. I don't know. This is like 3 in a row I've never been to, but I mean, I hate to say it.
Boston Market. I've had them. I don't think they're great at all. They're the ones that do those big ass chickens and stuff that you ordered.
Yeah.
I think it's It's that one thing we had at the nursing home that one time. I think the chicken and shit. I think F.
You think it's very overrated?
I think F. I wouldn't even pay for, like, even you'd have to pay me to eat it for real. Like, it's my last option. I think F. I think F all the way. That chicken's dry as shit.
Yeah, that's true.
Alright, be right back, guys. Okay, and we're back. So,
F tier. Yeah.
all the way at the bottom, Burger King. Okay, so this is one of my things. Is it's one of the first fast food places I know of, major ones, and they've done it for years. That they did the veggie burger, which is amazing. It's a Morningstar burger. Obviously, they just microwave it, but I don't know what it is about that their veggie burgers, even though it's just getting microwaved. But their veggie burgers are so fucking good, so salty, might I add, and pretty fat. Obviously, not healthy, but they're just so good. It was the one thing I had when I was eating there. So I'm gonna say that they had veggie burgers, and then I don't know of any fast food place, the major ones, that come close to having as good a fries as Burger King fries, especially made fresh, and if you salt them. And nobody, I don't know, Burger King fries are already good enough, but if you haven't tried it, get it freshly made, and then you can salt it to your own liking. Get that veggie burger, because those automatically are freshly microwaved, right? And I know microwave, but come on, man, it's not as bad. Put that aside, just try it. Veggie burgers, Burger King has to be it. I mean, they have the Oreo shakes. There's not a wide selection on the menu, but all the items are above average for sure, especially the fries. I'm gonna say B.
I mean, I was thinking about that, and I would have to agree with you. Plus, Burger King with the crowd burger.
The nuggets for $1 too, by the way.
Do you remember when they were doing like the crowd burger?
I don't remember that. Did they?
Well, years ago, back when it was, I think when it was like just starting to get kind of popular to support gay people.
Rainbow capitalism.
Yeah, but Burger King was, as I recall, I think they were. I remember seeing an advertisement, and it was like back in the day when, a lot of places were still split on it. So, but I also know McDonald's kind of rode that wave early on too. But yeah, you're right. Their fries are really good.
I think politics are interesting. You mention it, and those are definitely good. But I think we should probably leave that out just because if we did that, then we'd have to take that into account for every fast food place, and I think it's kind of hard to really do that.
And then we'd end up putting like Chick-Fil-A over there.
Yeah, well, it's also like then we'd have to do politics with California Pizza Kitchen, College Junior Checkers, and I don't know anything about their politics.
You're right. Well, in that case, I agree with you. Burger King goes solidly in B tier.
But yeah, just so we can be clear on our stances, if this is politics, we take this and we all the way behind Boston Market, and that's saying something.
Hell yeah.
But we're not doing that. So California Pizza Kitchen.
I've never heard of it.
First pizza that ever gave me a panic attack. That's how good it was. It's salty as fuck. If I had to do it my way, I'm A-tiering that all the way.
Then I'll go with you because I've never really had it.
So let me tell you why. Because they have a great variety of pizzas at a good price. It's not too much, but it's premium. The sauce and the cheese are ratioed properly. Obviously, there's no byproducts as far as I'm aware when it comes to the cheese. Now, there might be shortcuts elsewhere. I haven't looked at the full ingredients list. But the taste is immaculate. I absolutely love it. There's something like delectable about it. So like when you put garlic sauce on pizza to give that extra oomph?
Yeah.
This pizza doesn't need it. This pizza does not need it at all. So, A tier. Carl's Jr., I've never had it.
I've never had it either.
Never? So I'm just gonna...
I haven't heard of it. First time I didn't know it was a party.
Checkers, they have okay fries, they have okay burgers. They're okay. They're like your
average.
They're your average. They have well, I had a Rallies and actually, I'm gonna put it in. For the experience that I had personally, it was one of my favorite times. I'll put it just for the experience. It was one of the best places I ever treated to. Some of the best employees I ever met. The food, it was just average, but the experience and everything was best. And it was with good people, too.
That can definitely make or break an experience with a restaurant. Now we get Chick-Fil-A.
S tier! Everything about the experience, everything. I don't even think I need...
The food, it's the chicken, the grilled chicken bits, how they were like almost fat-free, and the employees were really nice. And one of them, I think she called me sir, which was actually very validating and affirming.
They're using pronouns and stuff. You know, it's weird because
Surprising.
they have this reputation as being super conservative, but people don't understand that the CEO doesn't necessarily represent the employees or the franchisees or anything like that. Every restaurant is different, so you have to keep that in mind. You can't just lump everybody together into one. And so
their waffle fries are pretty good.
everything about Chick-fil-A and a lot of grilled healthy options. Obviously, if you're watching your salt. I mean, if you're looking for super healthy options in the first place, obviously don't go to fast food. But if you're in a pinch and you're like, I need something, that's not going to totally clog my arteries, Chick-fil-A, dude. Chick-fil-A all the way. The grilled chicken nuggies. And everybody already knows about the Chick-fil-A sauce. That's world famous.
I wasn't really a fan of the Chick-fil-A sauce.
Well, the thought my mom's called me. Just a second. Okay, so I'm picking up my mom tomorrow. We were talking about going to Golden Corral earlier. I saw her. And I'm thinking about doing it. This is sort of to segue off for a second. Only problem is I have to go to the dentist again. So I had to take some medicine for a tooth. And hopefully they don't pull any more teeth. I'm really hoping they don't. Because that would suck ass. I already was put me on Vicodin and shit. And then they gave me some stuff.
You were loopy. You were on, Jupiter.
Yeah, I was kind of present, but, I was kind of making a fool of myself. Not like anything belligerent. I don't know how to describe it.
You want me to imitate you for a
No,
moment? Okay.
No.
You were cute.
Thank you, darling. Let's get back to the tier list.
Yeah.
Suffice it to say, let's hope that I really don't want to be on any mind-altering substances. So,
Chipotle.
that's my mom again. Okay, sorry. So, yeah, that was my mom again. So,
Chipotle.
Chipotle.
I put it on A tier or B tier.
So, would you care to explain?
They have a very nice selection. A lot of their items are fresh and substantially to moderately healthy. And it's just really good, And we ate there a lot.
Oh my god. When we first got together, what was it? McDonald's, Chipotle, and Subway.
McDonald's, Chipotle, and Subway.
The trifecta. Oh, fuck. Like my cow background. So, yeah, I would agree with you. Super good options. Very friendly service.
I mean, why isn't it S tier? Do you have any issues?
I think there's not a lot of options. I think the menu is super limited. I think it gets old because there are two meats that you choose from: a chicken and steak, chicken and steak, chicken and steak.
Well, there's also pork sausage and tofu if you want to get technical.
But the point being, I think you've got 20 or less items, maybe 25, 30. They don't really have a lot. They have some ingredients like cheese and stuff, but you're not going to get anything besides burritos, which is cool. If you think S tier, we can go with that. But personally, for me, even as a burrito shop, I don't think they have a lot of options.
I think I'll agree that, it's A tier.
But we could do S tier if we really want. If we're just going... Okay, so tentatively we'll put in S tier. You could put it here. We'll forgive them because they don't market themselves as anything but, known for their burritos.
Now, next up, we got Chuck E. Cheese. Now, interesting thing. What you were saying earlier about not a lot of options, Chuck E. Cheese, on the one hand, doesn't have a lot of options, but what it doesn't have a lot of options, it makes up for in its, reputation. So it's known for as a fun place of games and stuff. I'm sure all of us as kids, we went to Chuck E. Cheese. So it's very nostalgic and sentimental. And we went there recently, just a week or two ago. And they've really updated their games. And they have a little dance floor with big TVs and all that jazz. Plus the pizza, the fact they make it with Munster cheese. So good, so good. And
the cheese sticks. Oh my god, that fucking huge cookie.
I got the cookie and I'm like, okay, it's $8. I don't know why, but okay. And it comes out this giant cookie pie, and I'm like, shoot, I did not prepare for this. So, yeah, I think S tier, definitely, all the way.
There's very few places you're gonna meet where you can get bomb ass food and games, bro. Like, what else do
We
you
gotta
want?
go back there and play some
What-
games.
yeah.
We didn't play games last time. We gotta go back.
Unfortunately, I was working that day, because I really liked it. Never had Turkish chicken, have you?
I've never heard of it. Cinnabon. I think I've had Cinnabon. Well, I've had Cinnabon brands, but I haven't actually gone to the restaurant. It's okay. I put it in C. It's not really remarkable, but it is good if you want something sweet.
It's like every other sweet item. Not particularly great. The only reason it tastes good is because it's loaded up with fat and sugar.
Now, Cold Stone Creamery. I actually have been to that one. There's one down by the one at PetSmart.
How are they?
I would put them in. Honestly, I would put them either in A or B tier. It is ice cream. I have a soft spot for ice cream. The only reason it isn't S tier is, I don't know. When I went there, and it was the first and only time I went there, and I think, like, I don't know, just the way the employees acted, like they had just had an argument with each other or something like that, and
Take it down to B tier then.
well, I think I also feel like they skimped a little bit on my ice cream. So I'd keep it in A or B tier, but the ice cream was really good. I'll put them in A tier. I'll put them in A tier. You can't just judge each restaurant just by the employees or something. Even if they did skimp a little bit, what they do with the ice cream, they take a scoop and then they it's weird. Yeah, they do that. They do that. Yeah. Yeah, and that's weird. Like, why are you doing that to ice cream? Just put it in a cone, you know?
I'm not sure the process behind it, so I won't speak on it because I don't know the process. I'm sure there's a reason.
Yeah, it's probably a trademark thing, you know. A lot of places have that.
Never been to this, never heard of it. What about you?
What is it?
Cookout.
Dairy Queen. Okay, now we get to Dairy Queen. What do you think? I would put that in A or B tier. Because it's got really good ice cream. And here's the thing. I'd gone to Dairy Queen as a kid, and our town just recently got a new Dairy Queen. And so I went there again, and I didn't realize this. I don't know how I never knew this, but they have burgers and fries too. And it's actually really good.
That's the thing, right? Everybody goes to Dairy Queen for just the shakes, and that speaks how good Dairy Queen is. Because even if you don't like the burgers or fries or anything else like that, you still have the shakes to fall back on it. Everybody knows that you can turn those shakes upside down, and that they're good as fuck. Everybody knows that. So A tier for me, because there's no way, even if you don't like any of the food, you got the shakes, and that's the main reason you're going in the first place. So even if the food, for some reason, which is great by the way, even if it wasn't good, we got the shakes. Well,
absolutely.
Like you said, you didn't even know they had other food. So no way you're going there for any other reason than the shakes. And everybody knows that shakes are bomb ass in the wide variety of options.
What is it, El Tequila?
Holy shit. Hold on. Oh, Mr. Popular tonight. Alright, sorry. I'm gonna assume we'll probably get more calls, but where were we? Never been at this place.
Yeah. Domino's. Now, what do you think about Domino's?
So, I would say, again, experience is important, because if I just do it, like, if I don't do it subjective to some limit, then I'm not going to be unique in my tier list. So I'm going to tell you my experience. I had the opportunity to work at a Domino's. I didn't. I turned it down because they were super short-staffed. The person there was pretty dramatic. They don't take the orders well. They shut down the online ordering and everything. And again, short-staffed. But if that's the case, pay your employees more, pay your managers more, so you can afford more people and you can afford better service. Just from the one I've seen, it was a shit show. You couldn't order a pizza online even if you wanted to. Pay your employees better. I'm going to say F tier. It was the worst thing I ever saw. It was like a dystopian nightmare. But that's America here, where health insurance and wages and unions are all fucked. So, that's just my opinion. If we're going off the food, some of the best crust you'll ever have. Pretty decent cheese. The seasoning is really, really fucking good. I love the toppings. The thin and crispy is just the right amount. It's not crunchy like a cracker, but it's not soft like marshmallows. It's right in between. So pizza's great, but again, the one I went to, even if you wanted to eat pizza, it was a dime. It was like a needle in a haystack, and that's the one here where I'm currently at. But then the other one, so if I had to round them out and even it out, I'd put them in a D because the other one was good enough to be, if it was just the good one on its own, B tier. But I'm mixing in all my experiences together, so I'm gonna say D tier because one of them was dog shit.
Yeah, better put it in D tier. I don't think I've eaten a lot of Domino's. So
Dunkin' Donuts.
Dunkin', I would put it in A tier.
All right, you go ahead. You're the expert on Dunkin'.
Well, for one thing, they got really good donuts. They have a very wide variety of donuts, and I've had a really good experience with the Dunkin' Donuts here in town. The manager there is really friendly. I'll ask for like an iced matcha, and he'll make me a large iced matcha, but he'll also like, hey, you gotta scroll up.
Oh shit!
It's doing the thing again. But he'll also, like, if he makes a little, ends up making a little extra, he'll still give me the extra, even if he fills up the cup all the way. And not a lot of people do that. They'll fill up enough to fill up your order, but they won't give you the extra they made, which kind of breaks my heart, because I'm like, that's beautiful goodness going down the drain. So, I've just had a good experience with Dunkin' Donuts. In fact, for my birthday, because I had to work on my birthday, I basically ordered I think it was like 25, 26 donuts. So filled up 2 boxes of donuts and brought them to work so everyone could celebrate
the time
with
at
me.
the nursing home?
No, this was my birthday was just a month or two ago.
Yeah. So I totally forgot about your I totally forgot.
My birthday ended up being pretty miserable because I got sick from something, and some of my coworkers were like, you should go home. You look kind of pale and peaky. So I ended up just going home and just laying in bed. And I even that weekend, I was gonna do something that weekend, but then I didn't have enough money. But yeah, so this birthday, my 24th birthday, fell flat. It's okay. I got to spend it with you though.
And I will always do whatever I can to make sure.
Maybe it's okay. It's not a big deal. I'm gonna have a ton more birthdays. 10 more birthdays.
10 more birthdays with each other.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out. Forgive the PDA. I was hesitant at first, but I realized it's my channel, so I don't give a fuck.
I was gonna give you little bunny kisses.
It was just when I ate my balls.
Babe, what the fuck are you doing?
My balls are shit.
Sit back up.
So.
I almost was worried you were gonna pull them out from the camera.
Never been to Elevation Burger.
Never heard of it. Five Guys.
If anybody knows about Five Guys, they're known for a long time to make all the ingredients fresh, even the fries that are hand cut. S tier is worth the price all the way. They keep the menu simple, and this is great because you don't have option exhaustion, which is pretty much where you have so many choices that you don't choose anything at all.
But there are some times when lack of variety can bring a place down. So is it because what they do have in the menu is so good that it's worth the small menu?
You ever been?
I have not. You gotta take me to Five Guys.
S tier. Anybody that knows, just search up Five Guys and you'll know all about it. Company Man does a very good video on it. I've had the fries, had the burgers, and they give you fries. They give you a fucking basket of fries.
You know I love fries.
They give you a bucket.
I'm a basic white bitch. I love fries. Let's go to... There's a Five Guys in Mason.
We've been to Hardee's. I
had to stop in there once to use their bathroom while I was on a road trip, so not really. I haven't really been there.
What about In-N-Out Burger?
Nope.
Jack in the Box?
Nope.
Jimmy John's?
Yes. Jimmy John's? I hear a lot of stuff about Jimmy John's. They have the advertisements about, oh, hello, this is Jimmy John's, we're super fast. But here's the thing. When I had the one time I had Jimmy John's, I ordered from them. I DoorDashed from Jimmy John's, and I think it's because I ordered when they were not about to close, but when they were like half an hour from closing. I specifically asked for my sub to be toasted, and I got it cold. Like, it clearly was not toasted.
Oh, so it's like a...
But, I don't know. But then I have had Jimmy John's another time. I think they're a decent deli place. I just don't think they're all that, the hype. So I'd probably put them C tier. I just put them solid C. I think they can be good. So, KFC, interesting story. My dad was a traveling salesman. He would take road trips all over the tri-state, and Kentucky, Virginia, West Virginia, parts of Ohio is mainly where he went around. And when me and my siblings were kids, we would drive around with him. And when I was a kid, for whatever reason, I know why the reason was. KFC was my favorite restaurant. So whenever we were out driving, my dad knew for dinner we had to go to KFC. And I think it was because they had fried chicken, which is nice, but they had mashed potatoes. And I was, as a kid, and still am, a potato fiend. So, but when I think of KFC now, it's been a long time since I've had KFC, to be honest.
So where would you put it?
I gotta think about that. I gotta kind of recall memories. I know I loved it as a kid. I know recently I did watch the one short movie about, what's it called? It's like a KFC love story or something. I gotta show you it, actually.
Yep.
Danny Gonzalez, the YouTuber, actually does a video on it. And it was something else. So they really hyped up the whole 11 herbs and spices in the fried chicken recipe. I would put it, honestly, B or C. Because you can get a very filling meal, and no, it's not the healthiest, but you can get a very filling meal.
We're not too much about health because of fast food, let's be honest.
But here's the thing. You remember that one video you made on motivation? The founder of KFC, he had a really hard time.
Straight up G.
He had a really hard time starting out. So it's actually, put it in B tier, if only because it's a very interesting story. Actually, maybe put it in A tier. Just because it's really filling, it's very hearty, and
I think
it is frankly very tasty.
To leave out.
You're right. Probably keep it in B tier, but high B.
If it was politics, I'd put it in S tier all the way at the top, just because this dude was a straight G.
Krispy Kreme. Never been. There was a while, I don't know if you remember this, where when the COVID vaccines were rolling out, if you got your vaccine and you showed up to Krispy Kreme, you get a free donut. And so a lot of people I saw on social media would be saying, hey, I'm going to Krispy Kreme, get my donut.
Yeah.
So I know we're supposed to leave politics out of it, but on the other hand, I don't know, I always thought that was something kind of cool, and I was never able to be a part of it just because I never really got around to driving to the nearest Krispy Kreme shop. So, but I have had their donuts. They are pretty good. I'm just all about, like, cream-filled and chocolate donuts. I think glazed donuts are good, but I think there's so much more that a donut can be. You know what I mean?
They have other options.
They do?
Yes. It's Krispy Kreme.
I stand corrected. For some reason, because the only Krispy Kreme donuts I've ever seen in Kroger's were just glazed donuts only, that I just thought, oh, well, that must be all that Krispy Kreme has.
They're going to be an S tier for me. I think they have some of the best donuts.
Put them in S tier. I stand corrected. Put them in S tier.
What about you?
I stand corrected. I'm going to trust your judgment. I stand corrected. Just put them in S tier.
I really like their donuts.
Then why do I see more different Krispy Kreme donuts in Kroger's? Why is it only the Krispy Kreme glazed donuts?
They're just the most popular. Everybody knows that, but no, everybody knows it's not just the only item they have.
Yeah, gotcha.
I mean, if I'm wrong and I'm in another universe, or for some reason I'm recalling incorrectly.
No, it's okay. I just tend to... as you can see, I haven't heard of quite a few of these restaurants. But anyway, Little Caesars. We had a Little Caesars pizza just a few days ago.
Fucking the great price. Listen, $6. We got half pepperoni, half cheese. The cheese was thick. They had sauce, and even if there wasn't enough sauce on the side, they added sauce on the side, a big cup of sauce. And so you could just dip your pizza and cheese sticks in it. You could order more sauce if you wanted.
At $6 for half pizza and the other half of the pizza was cheesy bread.
Yeah.
Cheesy bread sticks. And it was really good.
Oh my god.
Very good for the price.
And variety. You got 2 items for $6. And it was filling. We didn't eat that like at all. What else did we get? We got something else in there.
I got the brownies, the cookie dough brownies. The cookie dough brownies were okay.
I'll bet if you would have warmed that up and made it gooey, that shit would have been slapped.
Warmed it up and had it with a couple scoops of vanilla ice cream.
I'm just for the price point, dude. I'm saying A tier, and that whoever made the pizza. You know what? Even I'm just saying S tier. I'm just saying S tier.
Well, that's because the regional manager happened to be there that day, and she was talking to me about like the restaurant and stuff.
I also went to the ones in Kmart. If you guys ever went to those, it was so good. It was like you'd go into Kmart and there's a cafeteria. I'm saying for me S tier, and I'm going to sit all the way at the top because of childhood experience.
Okay.
And the price.
Do it.
What about you?
You know, I was going to put an A tier, but I can't argue against S tier, so do it. I have no objections.
I've never had a better experience. But
Long John Silver's.
Never been.
I have been I went as a kid, and then I went a couple years ago. When I was a kid, I didn't like it because they had fish tenders or fish sticks. That's what they're called. And ever since a kid, I just don't like the taste of fish sticks. They just kind of taste like greasy fried fish things. They taste fake.
This is gonna be
But that was when I was a kid. I went recently, and I had some. I did have some like fish and chips with their tartar sauce.
Yeah.
And it's actually really good. I feel like it's decently good. It's a fast food place, so of course it's going to be cheap fish. I would at least put it in B tier. At least.
Okay.
And that's just because I tend to be picky about my fish. But the food there was good, so I put it in B tier, maybe even A. But I wouldn't say that until I go back there again and have a final say. Now, the big one.
Already
McDonald's.
knew. If you know me,
yeah,
you already know where I would put it. You already know what I think. Let me just start off by saying what I think, though. You can eat healthy at McDonald's, but again, at fast food places, typically you're not going to find that. This is not the big reason you're going here. If it is, you're doing it wrong. You should do home cooked meals.
Yeah.
That's speaking from experience.
Or go to the food bar at Whole Foods.
Yeah, like something like that. Like,
which is expensive.
I've never been, but I would love to go to Whole Foods. I've heard great things.
Oh, there's one not too far away from us.
How far is it?
40 to 45 minutes away.
What town?
About 5 to 10 minutes away from where my parents live.
Okay, cool. Okay, yeah. So we'll figure out about Whole Foods and see how that is. But to the point of McDonald's, cheap customer service. At least the one in Oxford, amazing.
Yeah, they're very friendly.
Very, very fast and convenient.
Fries, good. And they accommodate you. When you say no salt, they'll fry up a whole new batch of fries just for you.
They don't complain, nothing. At least I've never heard them complain. And whatever they say behind closed doors doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
They're very good, very friendly people, very fast. They'll pull you up to a window. They get your food out in time. Never complain. They help you. You can tell when people love their job or not. The one here in our town, very good. And this, I mean, there's McDonald's, but remember back to that point of some places like Chipotle not having a big variety.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to worry about that with McDonald's. An all-day breakfast, and they have all these different foods. You and I both.
Do they have an all-day breakfast? I thought their breakfast stopped at a certain time.
No, some McDonald's, or maybe all, or at least some, have all-day breakfast.
Okay.
Bro, I used to eat their big breakfast pie all the time. For me, it's S.
Do it. I agree. Their fries, I love their fries. I'd like to go there. I like to go there, just get fries, nuggets, and caramel or mocha frappuccino.
Let's see. Let's go order this. Organize this. Let me know if you disagree with any of this.
I think Chick-Fil-A should be in front of McDonald's just because it's good and it's healthy. But it's close.
I'm only being picky about the best two. I'm not going to be picky about these others.
The last three.
I went with my buddies. I think it was Asher. Maybe Axel wasn't around at the time. Asher. Five guys. Then I put this head because I got to go Philly. Yeah,
Yeah, that looks good to me.
Experience matters so much. And if I was organizing this, I'm not gonna, but if I was organizing this.
So.
Never been.
No, I've never been.
Never been to Panda Express.
I have. I would put it in C tier.
What's that?
It's got, the food isn't bad. It's got good food. What's up? Sorry, I thought you were like wanted me to sit closer or to the camera or something.
Actually, are you on camera reach?
I might be.
Probably are. I won't complain if you want to scoot closer there.
So, Panda Express. It's got a wide selection of pseudo-American, Asian food-ish. So, got the noodles, the fried rice, the kung pao chicken, the General Tso's chicken, you know, all that jazz. It tends to come across as a little greasy. There is a very wide variety. It's just like a buffet line. You know, it's like a Chipotle style line. You know, people put your orders together and stuff.
The portions are fucking huge.
They are pretty big.
That's awesome.
I think the only thing to say is it's not spectacular, but it's not bad. You can get good food at Panda Express, so I'd put it in C. And people may fight me over this, but that's just how I feel. Panera, I would put in A or B. Actually, I would put it in A because they have really good quality food. The tea and coffee are really good, and the people there tend to be pretty friendly. And
A or B?
A or B, I put it in A. And also, what we're talking about experiences, I have been there a couple times met up with friends, family, so on and so forth. And it's a good place.
Gotta interrupt you real quick. We're going off experiences, like I said, which is important. Sorry. We're going to do this because my grandpa always liked this. Sorry. Arby's isn't good, but when I ate with my grandfather, that was, God bless his soul, that was one of my favorite things. He loved his cheaper pies, I believe it was.
Papa John's?
God, their cheese sticks are so fucking good. God, their cheese sticks are so fucking good.
Is that the only redeeming feature you have that they have?
The pizza's pretty good, but I don't care about the pizza too much. I don't think it's spectacular. I think it's just your average run-of-the-mill pizza like any other pizza place.
C tier?
Yeah, but the cheese sticks are really good. My experience with them, they were alright people. I did see a fight almost break out when I worked at a Papa John's one time.
Was that between the customers or the coworkers?
Customer and the general manager.
Ooh. You have to tell me that story sometime.
I worked with a lot of great people too, but again, keep work out of this and politics. So I'm just gonna go off my experience. Okay. From a customer service perspective, they were okay too.
Pizza Hut. Now you watched a video recently about the decline of Pizza Hut.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any points you want to bring up from that video? Because I now that I think about it, it's been years since I've eaten from Pizza Hut. But I was a kid, I thought to myself, pizza! So I thought it was great. So, but that's because I was a kid. I was just like, pizza. But yeah, what do you think about Pizza Hut?
I think the pan pizza's bomb as fuck. Plenty saucy. Very good
That's
cheese.
Good.
Very
that's
good cheese.
That's good. I like saucy pizzas.
They have some of the best pan pizza around. It's very unique in the sense that it's not greasy, but it's juicy. There's a difference. So you'll notice that. Breadsticks have amazing seasoning. The pizza sauce is very sweet, but tangy. Loved it. Best pizza sauce around. Best breadsticks
This is
around.
starting to sound like S tier.
Let's see. They had a wide variety. They had their cookies. They had their cookies that were warm and gooey. Think like Chuck E. Cheese. And they had the brownie. And then they had a brownie with marshmallows. They had a heart-shaped pizza for Valentine's. They had the thin crust. Ooh, the thin crust. Fuck the thin crust. I'm sorry, S tier.
You sound like you were about to climax there.
I'm sorry, S tier.
S tier, do it.
And just the experience with them. They're going.
Going right there?
Yeah, they're going right there. But no, let's see. Chuck E. Cheese would be ahead. I'm going to go to organize these. Checkers is a good experience, but Yeah.
Okay.
Oh God, I'm actually drooling from thinking out the thin crust pizza and breadsticks.
Okay. We gotta find a Pizza Hut near us.
Yeah, we do.
One of the last few remaining bastions of pizza.
I've never been to El Polo Loco.
No, I haven't either.
Popeyes, never been.
Popeyes, I know people make a big deal about Popeyes, and it was like a meme for a while.
Black Yoshi's chicken sandwich.
My someone I used to know really loved Popeyes, and when we were driving on the way to Jungle Jim's, they made a point for us to stop by Popeyes because apparently Popeyes chicken was just that good. I've never had the chance to eat Popeyes, so
We don't know. Obviously, all these that are in F tier are just unknowns. Boston
except for
Market
Boston Market.
is garbage. Never been. What quiz
Never
nuts?
been.
I never got the chance. Well, it's a damn shame that I never got the chance to see that quiz nuts.
Why not?
Have you been to Sbarro? I have.
I have not.
Right.
What do you think?
Let me start by saying when I first went there, all I ate was the pizza. It's pretty expensive if you're just ordering by the slice, so that's not good. So you want to go for a family, okay?
Wait, is Sbarro in that one mall?
It is.
I have eaten at Sbarro. Yeah, they're pretty good. Honestly, I ate it and then I'm like, dang, I wish I had more money so I could eat more.
They had strombolis, which not a lot of places had, pizza places. And the strombolis were also very good, and they were fucking huge. The price, again, not so good, but if you're ordering a whole pizza, that's when it becomes a lot more bearable. A tier. It's very good pizza.
Yeah, I agree. A tier.
Pizza crust, is hit and miss sometimes, but when it was good, and it wouldn't fall out. You wouldn't have to hold it with two hands, to support the crust. You could hold it with one, and it wouldn't, all the toppings wouldn't slide off of it.
Yeah.
It had a lot of integrity. Although, sometimes it was actually quite garbage, so I'd say B tier. What about you?
I've only eaten at there one time, so.
I'm sorry I keep snorting like Miss Piggy.
No, you're okay. Shake Shack?
Never been.
Heard of it. Sonic? Okay, of course I've been to Sonic. I had a good experience at Sonic. I would actually put them at A tier, if my ass.
Talk me through it.
I've been to Sonic, and of course, okay, so first of all, you have the novelty of driving up in your car and ordering it, and the waiters I don't know if they still go around roller skates, but I know that was like a big thing for a while. And the food is really good. I remember getting chicken nuggets, fries, ice cream. It's very scrumptious, very good. So honestly, I don't really have anything bad to say about Sonic, and it was just kind of a fun experience. I had just gone back from this concert with some friends at the time, and it was late at night, and we stopped by Sonic.
I think that was well said.
So I put it in S tier, honestly.
Starbucks?
Okay, here's my thing. Starbucks is good, a little better than average, but not amazing. I think a lot of it's good. I don't want to say it's overrated, but for the price, it is. So it's not so much overrated as it is overpriced. I think it gets a lot of hype that, like, it's okay. It can be pretty good, but it's a little bit pricey.
That
so
can be replicated in
yeah,
your house.
I put in, or I mean, it's worth it just to find a local coffee shop because they can be so much better.
Yeah. Variety is very amazing for Starbucks. I'll give them that.
Yeah.
It's amazing. You're not going to find any coffee shop with the amount of variety Starbucks has. At all. You're just not. I name one. Can't. So I'll say Starbucks is the best coffee company that I know of personally. I had their drinks inside of and now if it was up to me, I'd put them in A tier. Because I used to have the Frappuccinos and stuff all the time, both in the store and inside of Walmart and everything.
McDonald's Frappuccinos are way better.
Never had, but why have I never had a McDonald's Frappuccino?
I don't know why you've never had it. You gotta have tried a McDonald's Frappuccino. That's in fact, I thought McDonald's has trademarked the word frappe.
Did they?
I think they have it. I'm gonna have to look it up. I don't want to spread misinformation. YouTube video. Subway.
You already know.
I already know.
But you go ahead and give your opinion.
I think they have a good variety. Their setup like Chipotle, so you get to pick from a selection, but they got more variety than Chipotle. They are known for being fresh and healthy. As to the experience there, it depends on who's serving. Sometimes people can be. Often, I've been there times when the person behind the counter was very friendly, but I've been there times when the people behind the counter were kind of very short and
get in, get out.
Yeah, just get in, get out. But if not for that, I would put it in S or A tier.
I love the amount of options that Subway has. I met a really nice lady at a Subway in Walmart.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was one of the best experiences I ever had. The experience, the food price, the prices got up. But honestly, we can split a foot long and be fine on that. Because I don't need a whole loaf of fucking bread to eat. I don't. Even half a loaf is pushing it.
I think what's funny is every time we went to that Subway, the containers for like the tea and lemonade were always empty. And they're just like, oh, we don't even want to bother filling it up because we don't want to clean it. Which I'm just like, yeah, but what if I want to try it?
Yeah, it does suck that they don't do that, I would say.
That's not a big deal.
But I've met some pretty great people.
Yeah.
It's almost always great experiences, almost always. Sometimes not, but it's been few and far between. For me, it's S tier. They have the protein bowls that you can do as well with the chicken and stuff. And they're like you can just easily search up all their nutritions and stuff like that. And the worst that you're gonna get is usually sodium with the chicken and shit like that. And they have so many options like guac, avocado. They have all your veggies, spinach, kale, lettuce, and they have so many different sauces, different types of breads. You don't have to do the bread; you can opt about it. One of my favorite things is to go to the protein style bowl, and I like to bring in those, grain-free taco shells with the fiber, and then slap it together. S tier for me. And for the price point, you can split it.
It's true. I'm not gonna argue with that.
I've 8-foot-longs on my own before. There's no reason she eat an entire loaf of bread.
Yeah. Taco Bell. I haven't been to Taco Bell since I was a very little kid, and I barely remember it. All I know is like the memes and stereotypes about what happens if you eat a Taco Bell. So, I'm
gonna tell you, Doritos Locos Taco, they have these little balls that you eat that are really good. That's sus. They have these delicious cinnamon on balls or something. I don't know.
Donut holes?
I don't know, but they're gooey and tasty. And they're open late hours, which is super convenient. They have Doritos Locos Tacos. They had the Mexican pizza. Why do you get rid of your Mexican pizza? If you had all your stuff still, you'd be going to S tier. But after the COVID pandemic, you're going to B tier for me because your menu has been hit severely. And that Mexican pizza was just on fleek. Like, why? Fuck. Like, you don't understand. You never did. You never had the Mexican pizza.
I never did.
For the price point, you can get filled up on $5 easily. So I'm going to give them an A tier, personally. I don't care about the shits. Everybody already knows what you're in for. My asshole can punish. Yeah, I can punish that cocksucker. Taco Bell. So Wendy's nuts going in your mouth. What do you think about it?
I mean, it's up to you, really. Wendy's, they're okay. Here's the thing. I used to eat at Wendy's quite a bit because my logic was they have the salads. So salads, really good. Salads can be a little pricey. Other than that, honestly, I've tried eating Wendy's like fries and burgers or fries and nuggets, and I'm not too thrilled. Maybe it's just I've gone to several different Wendy's locations, and each time the fries would be like boiling hot, and they would just taste like hot oil. It wouldn't really taste like much else. Yeah. And the nuggets were kind of sad. So I would put it in D tier.
There's nothing special that separates Wendy's from any place. They have like the Frosties, but even that is not that fucking good.
No, the Frosties are basically just like sugar fluff.
No, there's like very basic flavors too. Like there's nothing that Wendy's does that makes them stand out from any place else. Even the square burgers, like it's not all that special. It's not all that unique. There's just nothing that Wendy's does that makes them stand out particularly. Whataburger? Never had it.
Never heard of it. White Castle. Tell me about White Castle. What's funny is I went to a White Castle in Columbus and they have wine.
What did you think of that White Castle?
I only went there. I only stopped in there because me and some friends like had to use the bathroom. But I do remember thinking like, wow, this is weird. A fancy White Castle. They have like bottles of wine behind the counter.
Yeah.
What the heck? And like little plastic glasses you can get. And I was just
I never heard of that.
kind of surprised. So other than that, I've never really eaten at White Castle.
Really?
No. Are they good?
I've had it one time. It's been so long ago I don't want to speak on it. So
I just put it in F tier.
yeah, unknown. You can get yourself. And I've never been to the last place. Have you?
No, I haven't.
So again, walking away, Boston Market, rotisserie kitchen. Oh God, get that shit out of my face.
But Little Caesars is way up in front. Gets the honorary position of number 1.
What do you think? Any changes or final comments?
I wouldn't put Arby's in second place.
I gotta put it there for the experience.
That's true. But other than that, yeah, I think we got a good thing going on here.
If we were picturing it like Billy was saying, this is mine, Billy's would probably be C, so.
I would put it in B or A. Probably B. I'd probably put it in B. Honestly, they got some good stuff. Like, they got a good Reuben. Reuben's like my favorite sandwich ever. So I would probably put it, in between A and B, if I had to choose, probably A.
Alright.
That's probably where I put it.
Well, thank you guys so much. This has been Cow Kings, and if you like the video, make sure you like it, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think, what you want to see next. Good God, we went over 50 minutes.